final here in their home city. But of course, Bristol reached a final last year. They'll be liking in a two-legged semi-final in February. Here's Jones down the middle, all the way to the rim, lays it home.
Nice move by Max Jones. He's one.
Jones. Little fade away. That one just has enough iron to drop in.
Yeah, really.
He's given so much more, and they've looked a lot better balanced with him out there. Thrown away, Yoakum off and running. Can Flyers get their first score now? Yes, they can. Yoakum off the glass.
Nice.
Zach Anderson to Brody up top. Brody mano a mano with Nicholson, who comes away with the ball.
It's his home.
Here's Cleary. Cleary to the old running hook. Nice for two.
Looked like he slowed down and floated that one off the glass. Really nice play by Cleary.
Will have a greater incentive than Kyle Cleary to reach the final. McCormack out to Joe Anderson for three. He hits the bottom of the net.
There we go. 1 point off. He's
coming in, but it's only 6-5 at the midpoint of the first quarter. Added to Cassie trying to add to that. And he gets a very nice bounce.
And the key thing is Nicholson now. Cal Carey into the ball game, moving well already without the basketball.
Deep three from Cleary is good.
Big time shot. They really missed him last week against Newcastle.
Anderson. Walsh now. Yoakum running off the screens. Carey chasing him. Yoakum gets to the rim and he's blocked by Nicholson. Well, you're a brave man if you take it right to Big Matt Nicholson with the official. Lobbed into Nicholson, who jams it home.
Back-to-back plays by Cal Carey defensively and then throws the lob. Made to pay. Nice pass by Carey. Even better finish from Nicholson. So nice down, we're going to see it twice.
Well, you can't throw the ball away out of a timeout like that. Drives the coach nuts. Here's Carey, drives, kicks it out to Henry. Henry has a huge size advantage over Joe Anderson and uses it to good effect.
I'm not sure whether that could have been deemed a foul, but if you're looking for a whistle, kind of find your own tonight. Oh, that was nice.
Goes under the rim to try and use it as protection. Nicholson trying to find Johnson. Oh, he puts it on the floor himself. Matt Nicholson driving all the way to the rim, the big fella.
And all these last games have been saved.
Bristol still to get to double figures here in the quarter. Here's McCormack on to Delpesh. Delpesh through the contact, down one.
That was really nice passing, starting with Walsh, but a really good response from Bristol. But 54 seconds left in the first. Manchester has...
That was his first on that last play. Here's Carey in his favourite spot, the corner.
Well, it's Carey's corner, we know that, as he catches that ball in past and hopefully now in future.
Well, Bristol get us underway. Look, they need more than 10 that they got in the first quarter. Here's Brody to the rim. Good challenge from Shelton, but Brody able to finish. Holden looking for some options. He's trying to get it to Brody. Does do eventually. Brody again with the soft touch.
Really tough move. He was played well defensively, but...
Jones into the key, adds to his talent. Brody up top, hands it off to Walsh. Behind the screen, will shoot the three and knock it down.
Nice movement from Walsh away from the basketball before.
Carey around the screen, gets it down to Shelton. Shelton couldn't find a pass, so went for the hook instead.
It was his last resort, really. He wanted to pass the two.
He and Brody having a little conversation as they score against each other, letting each other know.
Not like Duke Shelton to talk, is it?
Nice pass, and that's one thing Evan Walsh does bring to this team, movement off the ball. Irvin. Along the baseline, nice pass to Aditu Cassie, who lays it home.
Wow, body control of Aditu Cassie was really good.
Irvin. Out to Aditu Cassie. Aditu Cassie now to Smith. Smith splashes the three.
PJ Smith finishes.
Zach Anderson looking to reply. Can't. Rebound Nicholson. Oh, nice pass, and here's Smith looking for back-to-back threes, and Coach Kapoulis has to call for time.
And just as Bristol responded, Manchester have hit back. It's a game of runs, Dan. Manchester have just had theirs, and that's why he's the captain.
Speed of Anderson to that little mid-range. He loves that shot.
Wow, how fast was that? Oh no, they're going to stay in man. I thought it was a zone.
Jones for three. Another one from behind the arc for Manchester. 6 3-pointers already. Speed of Smith in the open court. They got numbers back to slow him. Jones looking for another one. Yes, indeed. Make that 12, Jason. 15 minutes of this game. Zach Anderson, knocked loose by Smith. Anderson's able to dive on the floor, but it's stolen away again. Manchester gang steal. Out comes Jones, lobs it up down into Katsu, lays it in. Joe Anderson throws it all the way out. It's stolen again. Here comes Zach Irving. Zach Irving will lay it in. Manchester running riot. Everybody on the court. So Bristol will get the ball. They've set it to 12 because obviously McCormack had it for a couple of seconds. Yoakum gets his own rebound, puts it back.
Well, they just have to keep fighting, Bristol. And
I agreed with you the first time. Pass is deflected. Here's Walsh in the open court. He takes it to the rim.
Well, we've seen that time and time again.
Sizing up his options. Tries to draw a foul. Misses everything. Thrown forward to Joe Anderson. Joe Anderson lays it in.
What a nice pass by Evan Walsh, full court.
Walsh. Brown. Tough one. Knocks it down.
It's a really, really tough shot, but he has to improve.
Bristol have 6 seconds to find a score. Here comes Brown. Brown using his speed up off the glass, lays it in on the buzzer. And that gets them up above 30, but they're still down floor by his teammate. He bounces back up okay. He hit the deck hard. Here he is. Well, it didn't affect him at all. He just knocks down a three.
It did, but a good pass.
First half, and it's something similar here at the start of the second. Anderson to his favorite spot at the elbow. It's down to 12 and an early timeout.
You can tell now he's really, really concerned with how his team have started the second half as Jones pulls up from the elbow.
That's what they needed coming out of the timeout. Yoakum down to Holden. Brody. Well, they worked hard, but they got their points.
There is a run in Bristol coming even more. So Max Jones is a big shot to make.
There we go. A run breaker.
Bristol get going, but let's see what the response is.
He's got all 5 of Manchester's second half points. Knocked away from Anderson. Here come Manchester. Jones is going to stop and pull for 3. Nobody's tipped in by Zach Irving. Smith to Irving. Irving along the baseline, few better than him at that.
Yeah, could have been an and-1, and he really contorted the body and shot that with his right hand this time. Nice finish by Irving.
Well, after they got it down to 11.
Guys can make tough shots.
Johnson along the baseline, scoops it up high. He is fouled. And we'll go to the line for an and 1 and a chance to push it back to 19.
15 minutes. He's come right off the bench, caught the basketball, sneakers squeaking on the floor, and he gets an and 1. We'll have not denied that it was the right call either.
Yeah, I haven't seen him here today. He's often in the crowd. John Tresvant, a legend of the 90s basketball here, and, well, a legend of tonight's game. Brown for 3 doesn't go. Carey, great effort to keep it alive, but Walsh gets it back. And Delpesh gets the 2.
He's always under control, though, Dan. This is the point where he steps back and shoots the 3. He's going to try and knife to the bucket, but he plays at his speed, as you see it there. So you can see him with the basketball here. Just takes his time and gets what he wants.
And what he wants is a 3, and that's exactly what he gets.
Beautiful shot by Johnson, but
at least 20 years apart there, Jason, on your former Manchester players. Oh, it's stolen away by Carey, who says, thank you very much for a free 2 points.
And both teams competitive. Bristol, a tough place to go play, and I would say for Manchester, it's great that they were at home because Bristol's a different.
Here's Johnson all the way to the rim and laying it in. Against Manchester, they're definitely a high-volume offensive team, and we know they can score, just like Cleary there. They tend to give up a lot. They're second highest in terms of points per game against this season.
The other end, so it's harder to run, and Bristol's game is up and down. So that's eliminated.
Oh, another super block from Nicholson. Well, there's a job for you on stats as well, Jason, because it is 3 blocks. It's Cleary who's looking to pile on the pain for Bristol.
Wouldn't shock me at all, and what wouldn't shock me is if Cam Cleary doesn't inflict more pain on this team. Nicholson nearly does.
Well, they're looking just to run even more riot here, Manchester, to the end, but it seems implausible that they'll get all of these points back. Here's Brody backing his way down and strongly laying it in.
Nice move.
Why winning these last 6 minutes could be helpful for them, just to give them something positive to watch when the film gets played back this week.
Yeah, exactly. But you know, Coach Andreas Kapoulis will be after those guys in the film session, that's for sure, as they really gave Manchester too much daylight. And now Manchester have...
Let's go, Manny, let's go.
Knocked loose, but Jones still has it. Turns it over. Walsh in the open court. And there's only really ever one outcome when Evan Walsh is in full flow like that. And Matt Takasi, late shot clock again here for Manchester. Gets it away in time, but doesn't go.
That's one of those ones where Max Jones didn't want to really wreck his stats, so with 5 seconds remaining, he gave it up to somebody else. The games, I think if you're playing well and you're rolling, you want to keep playing, so possibly a positive for Manchester as Jones steps back.
They're hoping for another home game here as well in the EMBL, because they booked their place in the playoffs of that competition.
Round of applause for all involved.
And then they've still got Osaboyan, of course, to bring back. He's hopefully only a week or 2 away. Yeah, that will be a little concern. He's obviously struggled a little bit with injury this season. Here's Shelton underneath.
You know, staying ready, and really nice look down the middle to Duke Shelton.
Well, we're into the final 2 minutes. The question is only the margin.
Yeah, and they're one of them teams within the league that can beat anyone, as Anderson will run this one down and score. But as you say, they can beat anyone, and a guy licking his lips coming into this one will be Lloyd Gardner.
For the handshake line. And he looked like, oh yeah, it's just a regular win. It was one of those where you would expect, like, jumping about. They'd come from 24 down, but he was just, yep, here we go, everything's good.
I think he's been in this position as Martindale gets
there
a
we go.
for his
Martindale on the board, everybody from Manchester.
But going into the locker room, there would have been a lot of celebrations.
Yeah. And there'll be a lot of celebrations in the Manchester locker room as well, and Coach Houghton will be delighted with. They've kept their normal scoring that we see from Manchester. They're always up around 90 points, right where they are again.
Gets another rebound.
That will do it. They don't need to shoot. They are going to shoot. And why not shoot? Get it up over 90. And Manchester have beaten Bristol comfortably here. 92-60 for the cup final will be in Manchester.